While in other places, meat, vegetables, and fish are the usual food, in Africa, there are unique menus that you probably haven't tasted yet. Each dish has a history and a special meaning in their community. From insects to unique ways of cooking, each has its own story. But the question is, can you eat this? So come on, let's discover some of the most unique foods that you can only find in Africa. But before that, please like and subscribe. That means a lot to us content creators. Thank you very much. And now let's get started. Number 15, stink bugs. There are insects that, when disturbed, release a very strong odor, almost like a skunk. They are called stink bugs, and in some places in Africa like Zimbabwe and Botswana, they are known as imbra. Surprisingly, they have long been considered food there. Cooking removes the smell, making them crispy and delicious. They're just like eating chips or popcorn, but more natural and with more protein. Aside from protein, they also have healthy fats and various vitamins that are important for health. Because of this, they help fight malnutrition, especially in rural areas. They're also not hard to obtain. They're just collected from trees and don't require large farms or factories. Because of this, they're eco-friendly and not harmful to the environment. Imbra is usually cooked by roasting or frying until it becomes crispy. Others crush it into powder and use it as a spice in food. In some African cultures, stink bugs are a normal food. Number 14, puff. Puff is a well-known snack from West Africa. It's like a small donut, but the way it's cooked is simpler. It's made with flour, sugar, yeast, and water. Sometimes a little salt, egg, or butter is also added to make it tastier. After combining all the ingredients, it becomes a soft dough that needs to rest first. Once it is risen, it is dropped into hot oil and fried until it turns golden brown. Meanwhile, the taste of the puff is unique because it's crispy on the outside but soft on the inside. Because of the fermentation of the yeast, there's a slight tanginess to the taste that adds extra flavor. Its aroma while cooking is mouth-watering and can easily attract anyone. One of the reasons why puff is a favorite is because it's affordable and easy to make. You don't need any special equipment to cook this. You can make plenty of pieces, even just at home. Because of this, it has become a part of everyday meals in many countries in West Africa, especially in Nigeria. You can usually find this being sold by street vendors, and it's bought by students, workers, and families as a quick and delicious meal. There are also many ways to eat puff. You can eat it by sprinkling powdered sugar on it or dipping it in a spicy sauce. Some also use honey or chocolate to make it sweeter. Even though the basic recipe is simple, the taste becomes unique depending on how it's prepared and eaten. And compared to the usual donut, the puff is simpler because it doesn't need a mold. When it's fried, it naturally forms into a ball. The shape isn't perfect, but that's what gives it its own charm. Number 13, Nairobi sausage. In Kenya, there's a food you can't miss when you visit the city of Nairobi. This is mutura, also known as Nairobi sausage. It looks simple, but what's inside is unique. Mutura is made from beef or goat meat, mixed with blood and spices, then stuffed into the animal's intestine and grilled over charcoal. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary sausage, but with every bite, you can feel something different. The salty, spicy, smoky flavors from the fire make mutura more than just food. In Kenya, it's a part of their culture. It's often served at special occasions like weddings, feasts, and family gatherings. While it's being cooked, people gather around the grill, sharing stories, laughing, and enjoying the aroma of the meat and spices together. That's why mutura is not just a dish, but an experience of unity and togetherness. When you taste it, you'll notice that the flavor is different. The meat is a bit gamey, but tastes delicious and flavorful due to the blood. The blood also gives it a unique flavor that you can't find in regular meat. They add chili, ginger, garlic, onion, and cilantro to make it more aromatic and flavorful. The result is a combination of saltiness, spiciness, and savoriness that you'll definitely experience. Aside from this, the way mutura is cooked is also important. It's not just made into sausage carelessly. The mixing of blood, meat, and spices needs to be done carefully. After being put in the intestine casing, it is grilled over fire. The heat from the charcoal gives it a smoky aroma and is the reason why there's a snap in every bite. The outside is crispy, while the inside is soft and juicy. 12. Acorns. When we hear about acorns, we often think of them as food for squirrels. But in some places in Africa, this has long been a part of their diet. It's not just a tree seed, but a source of nutrition that people have been using for a long time. Acorns can't be eaten raw because they're naturally bitter. They contain a substance called tannins, which can have harmful effects if not removed. That's why before they become tasty and safe to eat, they go through a process. First, they are soaked in water to reduce the bitterness. Afterward, they are dried, then cooked or roasted. Once the process is done, that's when it becomes delicious and ready to eat. When properly prepared, there are many ways to eat acorns. They can be made into flour and mixed into bread or other cooked dishes. They can also be made into porridge or sometimes used as a coffee substitute with a nutty flavor. When it comes to nutrition, the benefits of acorns are undeniable. They are high in carbohydrates, which provide energy. They contain healthy fats for the body and are also rich in fiber, which is good for the stomach. What's even better is that you can get them directly from the tree, so you don't have to spend a lot or plant a large field. In other words, it's a natural superfood offered by nature itself. But the question is, if the benefits are that good, why isn't it very well known today? One of the reasons is its reputation for being bitter, so people often don't even try it. They prefer foods that are more well known and easier to eat. And because of this, the true value of acorns as food has been overlooked. Number 11, palm weevil larvae. In Ghana, there's a unique food called akokono or kuno. These are larvae that are found inside palm trees. At first glance, you might think this is strange or disgusting. But people in West Africa have been eating these for a long time because they are packed with nutrients. These worms are soft and juicy when raw, but when cooked, they become crispy and flavorful. They are usually grilled, fried, or added to soups and boiled. The taste is like peanuts with a hint of smokiness, which is why it becomes a favorite of many people. Aside from the taste, palm weevil larvae are also very rich in protein and healthy fats. They also contain essential vitamins and minerals such as zinc, iron, magnesium, vitamin E, folate, and B vitamins. Because of this, they help provide energy, strengthen the immune system, and reduce the risk of malnutrition. In some studies, it was found that when akokono is mixed with a little peanut paste, it is enough to meet most of the daily nutritional needs of children. Also, raising these larvae is easier and has less impact on the environment compared to common animals like cows or chickens. Beyond that, akokono can also be used as an additional source of livelihood. There are people who raise and sell larvae to earn extra income and support their daily needs. Because of this, it helps fight poverty and food scarcity. 10. Kuli-kuli is one of the most popular snacks in West Africa. It is a food made from peanuts that are boiled in heat, ground, seasoned with a little spice, and fried until crispy. At first glance, it looks simple, but it is very important in the culture and daily life of people in Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, and Benin. How is it made? First, the peanuts are heated or roasted until they become fragrant. After that, they are ground until they become a paste called labu. Salt, pepper, sometimes ginger, and a bit of sugar are mixed in. When it's ready, the paste is squeezed to extract the peanut oil. The remaining part is shaped into whatever form you want. It can be round, elongated, or just simple pieces. It's fried until crispy and hard. Meanwhile, kuli-kuli is sold in markets and on the streets. It's usually sold at terminals where many people are traveling. Because it can last without spoiling, it's often packed as snacks for children and food for workers. It can be eaten directly, but it can also be crushed and mixed with gari with water and sugar. Some people also add it to porridge like hau in coco, fura, or akamu. Sometimes it is also added to salads and cooked in soups and stews to make the food more flavorful. But kuli-kuli is not just a snack because it also provides nutrition. It is rich in protein and healthy fats that provide energy. It also contains magnesium, phosphorus, and vitamins. That's why it's a favorite snack among farmers and workers to give them extra energy while working all day. Number 9, South African recipe cowhead. One of the unique foods in South Africa is called smiley. This dish is uncommon because it uses the whole head of an animal, usually a sheep, but sometimes they also use cow. It's called smiley because when the head is burned or cooked, it looks like it's smiling. It looks a bit scary, but for many it's a special dish. In many communities, smiley is not just food. It's a part of their tradition and culture. It's usually served at big gatherings, weddings, and other celebrations. For the Zulu, they call it inyama yenhloko, which means meat from the head. Before, only men used to eat this as a symbol of strength, but now anyone can eat it. The cooking process is not easy and takes a long time to do. First, the hair on the head is removed using fire or water. Afterwards, it is boiled for several hours until the meat becomes tender. Others cook it on a grill to add smoke and extra flavor. Usually, only simple seasonings are used, such as salt, onion, and garlic. When the meat is tender and easily separates from the bone, it's ready to eat. Related to this, each part of the head has a different taste and texture. The cheek is often the favorite because it's very tender and flavorful. The tongue is known for its smooth texture and distinct flavor. There are also some parts that are a bit chewy but still tasty, especially for those who are used to this kind of food. Every bite is filled with broth and fat that gives a savory flavor. Number 8, flying termites. Many people think that termites are just pests that destroy wood and houses. But in some places in Africa, flying termites are not considered a problem, but a special food. During the rainy season, they all come out of the ground at the same time and fly like a huge wave of insects. Instead of avoiding them, people catch them using nets, buckets, and anything else that can be used to collect them. This emergence is called the nuptial flight. At that time, the termite flies to look for a mate and establish a new nest. But for people, this is the best opportunity to collect nutritious food. The flying termite is rich in protein, which makes up about 32–44% of its weight. They also have a high fat content, ranging from 41–50%. They also contain iron, which can reach over 100 mg per 100 grams. In addition, they also contain zinc, calcium, and essential vitamins such as vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin B12. Termites are also easy to prepare. After catching them, their wings are removed, they are dried, and then cooked by grilling or frying. Once cooked, they become crispy in texture and can be eaten as a snack. Some people say they taste like peanuts, while others compare them to shrimp or popcorn. In some places, salt or seasonings are added for flavor, and they're sometimes mixed with vegetables or other dishes. Number 7, walkie-talkies. In South Africa, there's a unique dish called walkie-talkies. These aren't radios, but chicken feet and heads made into snacks. For some, this might seem like leftovers, but for many people there, it's a favorite and affordable street food. The name walkie-talkies comes from the idea that the feet do the walking and the head seems to be talking. They're also called runaways and sometimes phoenix feet, even though the names are different. They all refer to the chicken's head and feet cooked in different ways. Meanwhile, before cooking, the chicken's feet and head are cleaned first. The tough skin and the claws are removed. They can then be boiled, fried, or grilled. They're often seasoned with spices such as salt, pepper, curry powder, and turmeric. Some people also add spicy sauce to make it tastier. When it's cooked, it has a different taste and texture. The skin is crispy, and the tendons and cartilage are a bit chewy. The soup or dipping sauce is flavorful, but this dish is more about texture than meat. But this isn't just a simple snack. Chicken feet are rich in collagen, which helps with skin and joints. It also contains calcium, zinc, and magnesium that the body needs to stay strong. Besides that, it's high in protein, so it can fill you up even though this part of the chicken is small. Number 6, fura. Fura is a traditional West African food, especially in Nigeria and Niger. It's made from millet, a type of grain that people there have been eating for a long time. The millet is first crushed until it becomes fine. After that, it's mixed with spices like ginger, cloves, and sometimes a bit of chili for some heat. Once the dough is formed, it's shaped into small balls and cooked by steaming or boiling. The result is balls that are somewhat sticky, chewy, and filling. But fura tastes even better when mixed with nono or fermented milk that comes from cows or goats. Nono is thick and sour, but it's tasty and nutritious. When fura and nono are combined, they become a drink called fura de nono. Usually the fura is pounded first until it becomes a paste before mixing it with cold milk. It is also often added with a little sugar to balance the taste. Fura de nono is like a traditional milkshake. It's cold, creamy, a bit sweet, and also has a spicy flavor because of the spices. It satisfies hunger and gives strength to the body. In many places in West Africa, this is the favorite drink during hot weather or when extra energy is needed. In terms of nutrition, this combination is excellent. Millet is rich in fiber, iron, and protein. Nono is also rich in calcium and healthy fats. So when combined, the nutrients become complete and balanced. It is believed that this helps fight hunger, malnutrition, and provides enough strength for daily tasks. 5. Ensenene. In Uganda, Ensenene is not just an insect. It is a special food that has long been a part of their culture. While in other places it is treated as a pest, in Uganda it is considered a snack and is served at gatherings. During the rainy season, a large number of grasshoppers come out and fly together. They're like guests who suddenly arrive, but instead of driving them away, people catch them. They use big lights and shields. The grasshoppers fall into containers and are collected by the whole community. After they're caught, the grasshoppers are cleaned first. Their wings and legs are removed before cooking. First, they're boiled and then fried until they turn golden brown and very crispy. Because the Ensenene's body has natural oil, you don't need a lot of oil when cooking them. They're usually sold in the market and placed in small bags, so they're easy to eat anywhere. When it comes to taste, many say it resembles shrimp mixed with the flavor of grilled peanut. Its nutty, smoky flavor makes it delicious. And when you add salt, onions, or a bit of chili, the experience becomes even more flavorful and unique. But Ensenene isn't just to satisfy hunger. It's also very nutritious. It contains almost 40% protein, along with healthy fats, fiber, and various vitamins and minerals. Because of this, it's a big help, especially in places where food choices are limited. Number 4, Chikanda. Chikanda is a traditional food from Zambia. It's also often called African polony. Even though it looks and feels like meat, it's not made from meat. Its main ingredient is the tuber of a wild orchid. It is dried and turned into powder, then mixed with crushed peanut, water, and seasonings. After boiling, it hardens and becomes like a rice cake or cake that is sliced once it cools down. Chikanda has an earthy taste and a hint of nutty flavor. It's also a bit chewy and has a firm texture. It's a more natural, unique type of sausage or bologna. A lot of people enjoy the unique experience of eating this, especially those who love trying new things. In the rural areas of Zambia, Chikanda has long been a part of the culture. It's not just food, but also a symbol of tradition. It is usually prepared at special locations and is also often sold as street food. Because of this, Chikanda doesn't just offer flavor, but also brings people together who eat it. Nowadays, Chikanda is more well known and can be bought in various markets. But this comes with a problem, because the wild orchids used as an ingredient are slowly running out. Because of the high demand, a careful approach is needed to prevent these plants from being completely depleted. Number 3, cow blood mixed with milk. In the eastern part of Africa, there is a tribe called Maasai. For them, the mixture of cow's blood and milk is an important drink. This may seem unusual to others, but for them, this is normal and has been a part of their tradition for a long time. They extract blood from the cow's vein in a way that is not fatal. They then mix it with fresh milk. The blood contains iron and protein. Meanwhile, the milk is rich in calcium and fat, which provides extra strength. When combined, it becomes a drink full of nutrition and can provide energy to the body. It is often served on special occasions such as weddings, circumcisions, or given to newborns and the sick so they can regain their strength. For those who are not used to it, they might think that it is disgusting or scary. But if you think about it, every culture has its own. And there are also unique foods, like others who eat raw fish or foods that are unusual for us. They say the taste of blood with milk is slightly metallic, but also savory. It's like a different kind of milk with a unique blend. Once your taste buds get used to it, it becomes a refreshing drink. For the Maasai, this is not just food, but also a symbol of unity and respect in their community. Number 2, Mopane worms. Mopane worms are one of the unique foods in Africa. Even though they're worms, they're not as disgusting as some people might think. These are the caterpillars of the emperor moth that live and feed on the leaves of the Mopane tree in southern Africa. Mopane worms are very high in protein and also contain other nutrients like iron, calcium, and other minerals and vitamins that the body needs. Because of this, they greatly contribute to health and are also easier to produce than animal meat. When the rainy season comes, that's when people usually harvest them. They are not eaten raw. First, they are thoroughly cleaned, then boiled. Sometimes they are dried under the sun or fried until they become crispy. Once cooked, some people say they taste like sardines with a hint of shrimp flavor, but crunchier. In places like Zimbabwe, Botswana, and South Africa, they are already a part of the daily meals of many families. They not only help to satisfy hunger, but also provide a source of livelihood. Selling Mopane worms adds to the income, especially for those living in rural areas. Mopane worms also play an important role in the food supply. For many experts, they can be a big help as a nutritious and sustainable food in the future, especially as the world's population grows and the demand for protein increases. Number 1, Kenki in Ghana. One of the main foods is called Kenki or Kenki. It is made from corn dough that is fermented, wrapped in corn husks, and cooked by steaming. Even though it looks simple, it has a unique taste and has long been a part of their tradition. Making Kenki is not easy and it takes time. First, the corn is soaked in water for several days to start becoming sour. After that, it is ground until it becomes dough. Half of the dough is cooked first, then mixed again with the uncooked portion. Once mixed, it is wrapped in corn husks and then steamed until ready to eat. The corn husks are important because they keep the dough from drying out and help enhance its flavor while cooking. Kenki has a slightly sour and distinct taste because of fermentation. The texture is chewy and filling even if you only eat a small amount. Many people say that it's like sourdough bread, but it's stickier and easier to eat anywhere. Kenki is usually eaten with pepper sauce, fried fish, or hot stew. When combined, you get the right mix of carbs, spice, and protein. Because it's also fermented, it's easier for the body to digest and contains probiotics that are good for the stomach. But Kenki isn't only found in homes. It's often sold on the streets and always present at gatherings. There's also a version called ice Kenki, where the cooked dough is cooled and mixed with water, sugar, milk, or peanuts to become like a cold snack.